We're open to anybody and everybody.
Bars are saying it with this sticker. A civil rights group will say it at tonight's commission meeting.
You know, it's a really powerful moment, I think.
A local veteran weighs in on the controversy surrounding the national anthem.
Quarterback Jacob Eason will not start for the Dogs this Saturday. Surprise? I'll tell you more in sports.
This is Northeast Georgia's only local source for TV news. From the Grady College at the University of Georgia, this is Grady Newsource.
Good evening and welcome to Grady Newsource. I'm Mackenzie Lewis.
And I'm Elizabeth Reed. A University of Georgia student is out of the hospital today after being struck by a bus. According to witnesses at the scene, a young woman was riding a bicycle around 12:30 today when she was hit. Reporter Ariel Mallory is live at the scene where the accident occurred.
Yes, I'm standing just a few feet away from where the girl was thrown off of her bicycle and hit by the bus. She only suffered from minor injuries and has been discharged from the hospital.
A Georgia student was riding down East Campus Road when she was struck by a bus. The student fell off her bicycle and suffered injuries on her knees and arm.
She took a pretty big fall. Like when she hit the bus, like she did like a 180 and was thrown, like tossed across the road.
A few other students who were on the bus stuck around before paramedics arrived to help treat her wounds. She was then taken off by a stretcher to Athens Regional Hospital. Several of the students were in shock.
He might have not seen her. I didn't see the beginning, so I'm not really sure, but someone said that she did signal and he didn't see it.
I did try contacting the interim director of campus transit, Don Walters, who was unable to be reached to comment on the bus driver regarding the incident. I'm Ariel Mallory reporting live, Grady Newsource.
Thank you, Ariel.
The family of Agnes Kim, the young woman who survived the fatal wreck that killed 4 UGA students last spring, is directing people to follow her progress on the internet. According to Jane Sanders, the director of public relations at the Shepherd Spinal Center in Atlanta, Kim's relatives and friends do not want her comment on her condition at this time because it is still very emotional for them. Instead, Sanders says they are directing people to the YouCaring site called Together for Agnes for future updates on Kim's progress. Grady Newsource reporter Leah LaRosa explains how difficult such a journey to recovery can be.
On the care page you were just referencing, there is a video of Agnes Kim speaking. In the video, she thanks everyone for their support and lets everyone know she is getting better. When it comes to vital brain injuries, experts say the only thing that needs to be thought about is time and the healing process.
And there's a shear force. It shears those axons that go from one side of the brain to the other, and it's permanent. The level of permanency, depends on how bad that shear force is.
Paige Gaunt is a nurse who specializes in neurological care. She says if there's a better side of the brain to injure, it's here, on the right side. The left side is worse because injuries to it can impair verbal functions like speaking or understanding speech.
So again, it depends on what part. If it's the frontal part, it's all personality. Okay. So you can, we've had mothers and parents who are mortified after their family member has had a frontal brain injury, who's a sweet, normal kid, and the things that come out of their mouth and the aggression, they're mortified. They're like, this is not my child. And we know that's not their child, it's the brain injury.
Although Grady Newsource was not allowed inside the hospital for patient privacy reasons, Paige Gaunt did inform me that each brain injury is individualized, so treatment and the exercises they do will all be different for each case.
Once they move on to, say, Shepherd or so forth, they have a phenomenal traumatic brain injury program where they put everything together, and you put them on a rigid schedule, and it's individualized per person.
Gaunt also explained the importance of educating the public on brain injuries, so even if someone receives minor trauma to the head, they will know what treatment options to take.
Rehab. I mean, it can take, up to a year sometime before you know where it's going to be.
When I asked Scott about the most important factors in healing the brain, she said one of the biggest factors is rest. Live in the newsroom, Leah LaRosa, Grady Newsource.
If you want to follow Agnes Kim's journey, you can log on to the website you see on your screen. You can also find the link at GradyNewssource.com.
There's a safe way and a not so safe way to intervene in certain situations, and sometimes those two are hard to identify. A local initiative at the University of Georgia is trying to prevent dangerous situations by empowering students to intervene and speak up. We go to Cam Gaskins live on campus for more on what this program is doing in action.
Are constantly trying to find ways to inform students of safer situations and like really promote the culture that we want to see on campus.
The main tool of the Watchdog program uses the 3 Ds of intervention. These include direct intervention, which involves a bystander intervening with the situation head-on and resolving it; delegate intervention, where a bystander will use other bystanders to resolve a problem collectively; and distract intervention, meaning a bystander can intervene by offering a distraction from the current dangerous situation.
Our strategies, the 3Ds, apply to any risky situation. So even if it's just driving by a car accident or seeing somebody on campus that tripped going to class, those strategies can help keep our campus safe and have that responsibility to look.
The University of Georgia Health Center decided about 2 years ago that there were safer ways for students to intervene in situations that could be avoided. Now that's what prompted them to launch what's called the Watchdogs program. Now the Watchdogs' main goal is to teach students these techniques that can allow them to avoid situations in a safe manner. I was able to sit in on one of their meetings this afternoon and learn more about what those techniques look like.
Thank you, Cam.
Police are trying a new tactic to find a murderer in Athens. Walk along East Campus Road in Athens and you will see these. The Athens-Clarke County Police Department put up these posters to try and catch a killer. The posters ask for any information about the murder of Daniel Macias. According to the reward poster, Crime Stoppers is offering a reward of up to $1,000. The Macias family is offering up to $10,000. Anyone with information should contact the Athens-Clarke County or Crime Stoppers. Macias was gunned down in downtown Athens last month.
They are not on the agenda, but a group of civil rights activists plan to attend the Athens-Clarke County Commissioners meeting tonight. The group wants to propose a human relations committee for the county. The reason? They say it's to stop what claims to be discrimination on part of some local Athens businesses. We joined Grady Newsource reporter LaPortia Thomas live now at City Hall where the meeting will take place.
Coming up, UGA students are in Rio covering the Paralympics and Grady Newsource is there with them. We'll be back with our own reporter in Rio.